morning, Sims Nation, and welcome to another edition of At the Movies. And I am your host, positively Pat Sims. And of course, with me this evening is my co-host for this very special episode, the day after May the 4th be with you. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the one and only Seth Sims. Hello, Seth.
Hello. It sounds like there's some Lucasfilm Disney PTSD happening in the chat right now.
Wait. What does that mean? What is happening in the chat?
When Lucasfilm gave Disney the rights to Star Wars, they're like, there was a time I knew everything about Star Wars. Before the dark times.
Oh. Before the Empire. Before Disney.
We don't talk about Disney.
We don't talk about Disney. No.
Yeah, Star Wars.
If I could share the Spider-Man meme, is it the crying one? Where he's crying?
No, I feel like it's the pointing one because it's right after he said the dark times. So like,
I don't know.
They're both saying.
I have heard, however,
yeah,
Doc
pointing
Haywood,
meme. Ah.
I have heard, however, that the Darth Maul series is really good.
I gotta watch that. Apparently, Darth Vader's in it.
Yes, and there is, in fact, parts of the shirt that I'm wearing, the Obi-Wan Kenobi series that I did enjoy. Mm-hmm. So I will say that.
There were some strange parts, but like 80% of it was really good. Yeah,
and I've heard a lot of good things about Andor. I know the first couple seasons of The Mandalorian were pretty good. Boba Fett was kind of a letdown. But we are not here to rank anything that basically came straight to Disney Plus. We're not doing any series. We're not even covering straight to televised movies, which means we don't get to include my beloved Ewok Adventures. Ladies and gentlemen, these are theatrical releases only. All right, so what does that mean? What theatrical releases are there besides episodes 1 through 9? Well, that would be Rogue One, Solo, and Seth?
The Clone Wars.
The Clone Wars. There was actually, a lot of people forget, there was a movie before the series.
Yeah.
And not great. It's kind of like a lot of movies that were basically created just to drum up interest in a TV show. Namely, here's a couple other ones. Batman the movie from the late 1960s was essentially created to drum up interest in a television show. You had Jimmy Neutron. As much as I adore Jimmy Neutron, and I actually like that movie, it was basically here to service the getting a series going.
Yeah.
Wait. Solo, he can't get up. I got jokes. Eric Porter, welcome to the show. Yes, Tuesdays are at the movies night, and tonight we are ranking every Star Wars theatrical movie. So let's get started, guys. We're going to work from the bottom up. All right? So in the live chat, we already know, I knew Doc Haywood's number one was Empire. I knew that going in.
Yeah.
There was no question in my mind.
Because that was on his top 10 list last week.
Right. Yeah, there was no question in my mind.
When it was top 10 of, 80s movies?
I figured for Doc, it was either Empire or Rise of Skywalker. It was one of those two was going to be number one. Yeah. Just kidding, Doc. Just kidding. All right. So we're going to start from number 12. His second
favorite is episode 8.
Right. Number 12. All right. So, again, it's episodes 1 through 9. The Clone Wars, the animated theatrical film, Rogue One, and Solo. Those are the films we're ranking right here and now. So in last place, number 12. Seth, what do you got at the bottom of the barrel for
episode 9?
Rise of Skywalker is your last place.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why is that at the bottom?
It was It was hard to put it at the bottom because the next ones were like pretty close. But I feel like the only thing that made this one like I would say technically it's better than the others in my explanation, but it's also not because it has.
Your mother just slapped
I'm really
your face
trying to
at
figure out.
your
I'm trying to figure out how to say this without saying it's better than the movies I'm ranking.
Seth,
it worse
I'm surprised you didn't just give your standard definition of why you picked something last, because it's Rise of Skywalker.
The movie. Here's a really good way. The movie is like me explaining Star Wars to somebody else, but that's how it feels to me. So knowing how I feel explaining movies to other people, that's pretty bad. It's enjoyable, but it's like me trying to explain a movie. It was like me trying to explain right now.
Right. That's about how painful it was. Okay.
It had some good moments when it figured it out, but it did not have a very good overall statement.
So Eric Porter, the Clone Wars movie is actually a full-length. There is a full-length feature film Clone Wars movie. It had a very limited release. Again, it was basically done just to drum up interest in
this is like
Clone Wars TV show they were releasing.
Yeah, this is like the animated, like a drawn one, not the pretty much episode 3 re-release.
No. I mean, it was computer generated.
Yeah.
It
but
basically
it's 2D, not like the CGI Clone
No.
Wars.
It's the CGI one.
Oh,
it's the
one?
computer animated one.
Okay.
Yes, and what it basically did was it introduced the major players in it: Count Dooku, Asajj Ventress, Anakin, Ahsoka.
Okay, yeah.
All those characters.
I don't think it changes its placement for me.
No, it doesn't change its placement for me at all. No.
Yeah.
But
I think all the animated Clone Wars stuff is like equally as good as itself.
The Clone Wars series is great. But we're not here to talk about that. My number 12 is a sequel film, but it's not Rise of Skywalker.
I didn't think it would be.
What do you think it is?
I was thinking Episode 8.
It is The Last Jedi, ladies and gentlemen. The movie that I literally was angry at. Like, it takes a lot to make me just get very angry at a film. This one did it very, very quickly. What it did to Luke, for me, is unforgivable. And there's a lot of people going like, oh, but the ending, like the way that Luke ended it and everything. I don't give a crap. It's the other 95% of the movie where Luke, the one guy outside of Padme, but she's dead. The one guy in the entire universe that thought there was anything good left in Darth Vader. Tries to kill his nephew based on
a bad dream.
Yeah. No. And then after that, he doesn't go like, my bad. No, he runs off and hides and then complains the whole movie how the Jedi never learned from anything. So he's repeating all the problems from the past and then complaining that Jedi never learned anything.
And
I was so mad. So mad.
The whole reason Kylo's a Sith is because Luke tried to kill him. So if Luke had even like tried to be like, oh, my bad, I had a really bad dream or something, I feel like we could have had a nice no Sith life over here.
Oh yeah, and yeah, Mary Poppins Leia was another good one.
Oh yeah,
that was another great moment. No,
once you kind of explain it, it becomes a little bit understandable. But
no, it's not.
A little.
No,
bit,
it's not.
But not as. It's still not. But it's it's better. It's better once you.
You're both right. I like that. You're both right. These two movies are terrible. Thank you very much. All right. Well, I mean that's my bottom of the barrel, and I'm sorry, nobody can convince me any different. There's only the only thing about that movie is that at the end, at least we kind of had some kind of hope, right? That Rey was going to rescue the Jedi Order. Like because it was like the Last Jedi, and Luke's whole thing was to kill off end the Jedi again. But at least there was some hope there until the Seth's worst Star Wars movie came around. But let's keep moving here. Yeah. Number 11. So we're moving up. What movie is slightly better for you than The Rise of Skywalker?
Episode 8.
So you thought The Last Jedi was better than The Rise of Skywalker.
It had about the same amount of better moments in the movie and about the same amount of sloppiness, but its better moments were better overall compared to the better moments that Episode 9 had.
Well explained. Well,
yeah.
Wow, so there's a lot going on in the chat that I wasn't paying attention to.
Yeah. The amount was equal, but the quality was
right. Yeah. So a lot of people agreeing with me, basically.
I just expected.
The only reason why I let anyone say 9 was bad was because it had to clean up what 8 destroyed. Real sequel trilogy is the heir to the Empire trilogy of novels. Yes, Doc, you are correct.
I forgot to mention
My head
another
hurts.
thing that made 9 really bad for me was how the heck did the Death Star survive big enough like that to get crashed onto a planet?
Yeah, no, plot holes are aplenty in 9.
Yeah.
And that's where
that's the biggest part.
That's where I'll give you,
because that's so sloppy.
I'll give you a bit of a break on putting Rise of Skywalker last, even though I don't put it last.
Yeah.
Because 8, for all that's wrong with it, the plot holes are not nearly as bad, I think, as 9's. But
it's less of plot holes and more like unexplained.
But I'll tell you why 9 is up higher on my list. I'll explain why.
Okay.
Doesn't mean anybody has to agree with it, but I'll explain why. And I'm going to save why I picked it over The Last Jedi. However, my number 11 is somehow Palpatine returned. Yeah, that is the statement of Episode 9, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, if the Death Star could survive, then Palpatine can.
Number 11. All right, controversial statement here, but hear me out. The Clone Wars movie. Okay. Reason. It's not it doesn't work. As a film, it does not work. It feels like a very long television episode.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a film. It only serves the purpose of existing to get us to the series.
Yeah.
Right? I have tried to watch it, I think, twice total. For a Star Wars fan that has seen every other movie, even the sequels, double digits in times, I cannot watch that unless it's part of watching the entire television series. So the show itself is amazing.
Yeah.
And if you watch the whole thing, binge watch it, it is an incredible watch from beginning to end. Even the new series that came out recently. Great watch from beginning to end. That movie, not a great kickoff to it. And it just doesn't feel like it belongs in a theater. It does not belong as a theatrical release. Not as bad as Last Jedi, but bad enough to be in my bottom half of my list. All right. So Seth, number 10.
Episode 7.
So you're just going 9, 8, 7.
That was
The Force Awakens.
I was like, man, what a coincidence. It's 9, 8, 7.
Shockingly, I'm much kinder on the sequels than you are.
I don't think it's that you're kinder. I think it's just that
I find more things to enjoy about bad movies. That's the difference.
I feel that I have roughly equal appreciation for these movies, but my appreciation for the movies that you like less are higher.
Okay. All right. Well, so why does The Force Awakens belong in your bottom 3?
I feel like, because this one was decent enough, but I just like the other ones better, I think.
It's fair enough. to
Yeah.
say, look, it's not that it's a bad movie.
Mhm.
It's just not as good as everything else.
Yeah.
I'll take it. That's fair
Also,
enough.
Like, I think also like it's kind of like what they did with the older character, like Han, Leia has like generally what you'd expect of what she would do after
The
all
Luke part was
stuff.
disappointing.
Yeah. Well, not in this movie though. In this one, it was like, ooh, cool.
Well, yeah, you're waiting and waiting and waiting, and it
Yeah.
ends up being a cliffhanger, which can work if the payoff works.
Yeah.
Knowing that the payoff didn't work, the end of 7 sucks now.
Yeah. But I think ignoring the bad payoff, 7's ending is pretty good.
I have friends that name their daughter Jaina because of the books. All right. Force Awakens had some nice visuals. Kylo's design is cool. Poe is an okay character, about the best I can say for it. One of the reasons why it was hard for me to put The Force Awakens down is, and again, I'll kind of explain this when I get to number 9 on my list. But the biggest issue with Force Awakens that almost put it lower on my list is the fact that it's almost a carbon copy of A New Hope.
Yeah.
And there's one thing to do what George Lucas calls the rhyming effect, where it's like it's a new story, original characters, but it has rhyme to it, right? Instead of a Death Star in Episode 1, it's just one of the Federation ships, right? Instead of Luke, it's Anakin. Instead of Obi-Wan, it's Qui-Gon. There's rhyming to it, but it's not all the same.
Yeah.
Right? This was literally like copy and paste A New Hope.
Yeah.
Yes, Chris. 7 was 4 again. All right, my number 10. Solo. The movie that did not need to exist.
I kind of liked it though. I liked it.
I'm sorry, like there's moments that are okay. The Kessel Run's a good segment. Right? When Han and Chewie first meet, I kind of giggle at that a little bit. But other than that, without Harrison Ford, I don't care. And that might sound weird to a lot of people, but you know, there's certain characters where you can recast them and everything's dandy doodly, right? You can recast Bruce Banner and the Hulk and things will work out fine.
Yeah.
Because they've done it multiple times. You can recast Batman, and as long as the person playing it matches that version of Batman, you're all right. You know, Michael Keaton. I actually liked Val Kilmer in Batman Forever. I thought he fit that version of Batman.
Yeah.
We're going to skip over the next one. Christian Bale worked for that version of Batman. Ben Affleck was the perfect casting for the Dark Knight Returns version of Batman. So here you've got Solo, and I get that this is a younger version of Han Solo. I get that. All right? But one of the things that made Han Solo so effective was that there was an air of mystery about him. You knew just enough to understand, okay, he's a smuggler. Chewie and him are buds. He won the Millennium Falcon off of Lando, which means they knew each other in the past. The fact that the movie told us how he got that Han Solo isn't even his name, and that he got it because he's alone. Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't like Solo. I thought the ending was horribly anticlimactic. You build and build and build. If anything, it should have ended with the Kessel Run.
Yeah.
But the Kessel Run happens, and then we're on this beach, and we got more stuff going on that's boring. Nothing of importance happens. So, yeah, I can't with Solo. Hold on. I'm putting in yours so we can kind of... The Force Awakens. All right. So, I'm done venting about Solo. All right. Number 9. We're now out of the bottom 3. So we're done with the sequels for Seth. So now we're going to find out where Seth's going from here.
Yeah.
All right. So where are you going with number 9?
The Clone Wars.
The Clone Wars. All right. Fair enough.
The reason why it's not below Like, with your reasoning, for me, it would probably be, like, a 10th, maybe 11th. But, like, the reason why it's above the sequels for me is because, like, I've seen, like, episodes of shows air in movie theaters.
Yeah.
But they don't merge them into one. Like, it's like the two-parter episodes. But they never merge them into part 1 and part 2. They do part 1, play the credits, and then play the intro again for part 2. And then go into, like, I've always hated that.
Right.
And then, like, other shows will get, like, part 1 and part 2 just as, like, a regular episode, which is fine, but I always wish they would put it into a long episode. Like, this just kind of, I was able to deal with it because it didn't separate it into these two-parter episodes for a starter. So it felt like something I could do to get into the Clone Wars, like, reasonably watch.
Doc Haywood says the droid made Solo a rough watch. Recasting Han Solo was hard, and that kid didn't pull it off. I liked him in Weapons. He was the police officer in Weapons.
I don't like Weapons. I'm not a horror movie guy.
I know. The only thing I will say this too about Solo, a positive about Solo. I'll give it a positive here. The fact that I did like how we learned why the Millennium Falcon is so smart. Like, why is it the Millennium Falcon can figure out how to get places from one place to another faster than everybody else?
Yeah.
Like, I kind of like that.
Even though it's a cargo transport ship.
Right.
Oh, well, modified, but still a cargo transport ship.
Well, it's a piece of junk.
Yeah.
It's the biggest hunk of junk in the galaxy, yet it's the coolest freaking ship ever.
Yeah. And it transports hunks of junk.
Right. Exactly.
It is an all-out, should be the worst ship ever seen.
Yeah.
And yet, best ship in the galaxy.
The other part about Solo I didn't like, too, is we saw the completed version of the Millennium Falcon.
Oh, yeah, how it's, like, still actual,
it
like... It
still has the thing in the front.
Yeah, it's a luxury cargo ship.
Yeah,
like, it's genuinely...
I never needed to see the ship like that.
No.
Especially considering in Episode 3, we see a version of the Millennium Falcon, if not the Millennium Falcon, and it doesn't have that fill-in in the front.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I didn't like that. It didn't feel like the Millennium Falcon until that went away.
Yeah.
All right, so your number 9 is the Clone Wars. My number 9, still bottom feeding here, is the Rise of Skywalker. Now let me explain before you guys destroy me for not having this in my bottom 3 and having it above Solo, Clone Wars. All right.
Hey, the Rise of Skywalker is decent.
So
enough.
The Rise of Skywalker is incredibly frustrating if you are a Star Wars fanatic.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Big deal. If you love Star Wars and you like continuity and you like things making sense from one thing to the next, even though some of Obi-Wan stuff had to be reconned from time to time, this movie, for people that actually care about, that kind of thing, is incredibly frustrating and deserves to be at the bottom of a list, right?
Yeah.
So here's the one thing I'll say about Rise of Skywalker. If you can turn it on and completely turn your brain off, it's fun.
Yeah.
It keeps moving.
Yeah.
It doesn't really have any time where it slows down. I remember the first time I saw it, I thought it was really long. Mm-hmm. And then I went to go see it with the whole family. Remember, we all went to go see it. And your mom and I went with you guys. It was the second time for us. And it felt much shorter. And I knew to turn my brain off. So I had more fun the second time around.
Yeah.
If you can...
I didn't have a brain to turn off at the time.
No, you didn't, because you didn't know what was coming.
Yeah.
You thought, oh, it's the last film. It's going to follow up on all the stuff from 8, whether you like it or not. And come to find out, 9 didn't like what 8 did either, so it completely changed everything. And, and it was... But it's bad enough to be at the bottom because I can't completely shut my brain off.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people, though, leaving the theater that were highly entertained. There was a lot of things about 9 that people liked. The little Babu Frick. People thought he was funny. the little guy that worked on 3PO,
Mhm.
right? I thought 3PO was insufferable
Yeah.
in
And
this
then
one.
we all knew R2D2 was going to restore his memory afterwards because, he's survived memory wipes.
Yeah, and some people give this movie some credit for inserting Leia to at least let her story come to an end,
Yeah.
but she had already passed. To me, every scene she's in feels very forced. Like, it doesn't feel organic and natural. It's like, she's telling you, I forget the lines because usually I memorize movies I like. I don't like this one very much, so I don't remember a whole lot of lines. But there's a lot of lines where I was just kind of like, okay, that kind of came out of nowhere,
Because they're all like scrapped lines from
right.
episode 8.
No, it's from The Force Awakens. It's
Oh,
not even from episode
wow.
8. It's all scenes shot for episode 7.
Wow.
And there's one scene where she hands the lightsaber back to Leia. She's like, I'm not deserving of this. 5 minutes later, she's handing it back because they had footage of the two things. So they basically made sure to use it. Yeah. Light speed skipping. You can go to HE double hockey sticks on that one. That was I hated that because it's just like, no, sorry. You're dead.
Yeah.
You're dead, 100%. And how is it that all those other ships, like I get like the big ship, like Snoke ship having that thing where they can track you in light speed?
Yeah.
You're telling me TIE fighters have it?
No.
No. Every TIE fighter does not have those.
Unless they're getting like comms from the central station that's tracking it. But
See,
like,
but that's you thinking things through.
Yeah.
They didn't think this through.
No. Neither did they think things through on the ship takeoff of the Sith planet.
Yeah.
Cuz you can't you can move the central communications tower that tells the ships where gravity is to one of the ships that's off the ground already. Cuz that won't ruin anything.
Hey guys, I got 1,000 ships that can all destroy planets. But I'm going to keep them here for a while until some bratty, snotty-nosed little punk shows up that I can manipulate to go kill my granddaughter, but not kill my granddaughter. Instead, bring her here to me so she can kill me and I can go into her body. Now, that's the plot of 9. Mm-hmm. That is literally the plot of episode 9 from the viewpoint of the Emperor.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Wait till you hear about the plot point of episode 8 from the view of the Emperor, or episode 7.
All right. Now we're on to number 8. So we're moving our way up the list here. Hold on. Chris Hall says Snoke was a waste of time, so 9 couldn't make sense after they killed him in 8. Palpatine was weird. Rey being a Palpatine was awful. Apparently that was like the original plan, from what I understand, is she was supposed to be a Palpatine. But the problem with I didn't have a problem with Snoke dying in 8. I never thought Snoke was all that interesting anyway. But it was supposed to be that Kylo was going to take over. He was going to become the top dog. Mm-hmm. And from what I understand, he wasn't going to have his redemption arc.
Yeah.
He was going to stay the main bad guy. But we never got that version, because they lost all their faith in the director after he had made a bad movie. I think it was Colin Trevorrow, the guy that did Jurassic World. And we know how he followed up the other 2 Jurassic Worlds, so maybe we would have gotten a bad movie anyway. I don't know.
It was expected. It was all planned.
So number 8, Seth, what's your next one on the list?
Episode 4.
Episode 4. A New Hope?
Yeah.
Wow. You are going to get eaten alive in the live chat right now.
Hold on. Let me explain. Okay?
Oh, I think you can explain all you want. People are still going to eat you alive. Go for it. See if you can can win some favor here.
I still absolutely love the movie. But episode 5 and 6 are better. And I am 100% a prequels fan. So it's going to be low.
I get
that. So the prequels are going to be up there.
Well, you got to remember, guys, this child over here, this almost adult, did grow up in a different generation.
Yeah.
The prequels
then-
were more his
and
Star
Rogue,
Wars movies.
Yeah, Rogue One and Solo are like sequel prequel movies.
They're spin-offs. It's called a spin-off.
I prefer sequel prequel movies. That term is a lot better. Okay.
Oh,
And-
Doc wants me to disown you. Now I know Ryan Johnson did 8. The guy that I was talking about was the guy that was supposed to do 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Ryan Johnson did 8, and I want to disown him, even though he did a really good job with Knives Out.
True.
I like Knives Out.
But episode 4, it's really good. I love the movie, but everything else
but not
is
enough
just
to make
better.
it top 6.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah. I can't even listen to you right now. I can't. This is Iron Man 3 all over again. This is, where was Iron Man 3 on your list? Was it number 1?
I put it number 1 as a joke. It was technically number 2.
Oh.
I swapped 1 and 2 when we did
What was
that.
1? What was your actual 1? I don't remember.
Because it was Marvel movies. It was Iron Man 2.
Either way,
It was
Iron Man 2
the
and
top-
Iron Man 3.
The
is
top
2.
3 were Iron Man 1, 2, then 3. But like
1 I
technically,
get.
it's 1, 3, and 2.
1 I get. 2 is a step down from 1. 3 is a basement dweller.
3
Goodness.
is not that bad.
I
3
grew up
is
with
pretty
with
good.
the real Mandarin
True.
and not PTSD Tony. Which here's what I'll give Iron Man 3. PTSD Tony Iron Man 3 is a better version of what PTSD is than Thor. I did not like. I get where they were going, but I did not like what they did with Thor.
I still like how they imply that Thor killed what's his name?
Yeah.
No. Krog or whatever his name? The Rock
Korg?
dude. Korg, yeah. He killed his dad.
Oh.
I still like that.
The only part about that I liked was when they're playing Fortnite.
Oh yeah.
Hey, the guy's back again. Then he threatens him on the live chat.
Yeah.
All right.
And you find out Noob Master 64 is Deadpool's account.
Well, Seth, then you're not going to like my number 8.
What's your number 8?
Attack of the Clones. My
I
least
can see that
favorite.
reasonable.
My least favorite prequel. Now,
Mhm.
everything from here on has some good qualities to it. All right. I like something about each one of the films that are coming. Like, that's how good Star Wars is. Your bottom 4, not great.
Yeah.
But your
Everything
top 8
else, there's a
are
huge
good.
gap.
Yeah.
If you did a top 100, your bottom 4 of Star Wars are going to be like at the bottom 100.
Right.
And the rest of Star Wars are going to be just way up there in the 30s, 20s, 10s.
Yeah, the problem with Attack of the Clones is that what I like about it is Kamino and Obi-Wan, his little investigative, sleuthing that he does to get to Geonosis, to uncover Count Dooku, which I think is a great character, and everything from there on Geonosis, I love.
Yeah.
All the Jedi coming together, the beginning of the Clone Wars, Yoda taking over. Then you've got Anakin and Obi-Wan versus Dooku, and then we get, for the first time, Yoda wielding a lightsaber. I mean, goosebumps.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw that in IMAX. That was the first and only IMAX movie I'd seen for a very long time. And it was incredible, just that moment. The problem is, there's a first 70% of that movie you still have to suffer through. And it's, I get the story, but the writing is so bad.
Yeah.
And again, I don't fault Anakin for hating sand. If you grew up on a desert planet, you would too.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But it's just everything, the way the script is done and all of the way it's rough, right? The only thing that Anakin gets to do in here that I thoroughly enjoyed was the tease towards the dark side where Anakin goes off to find his mom and essentially wipes out an entire tribe of sand people.
Yeah, the Gungans.
But then they ruin it.
Right?
No, not the Gungans.
I thought they're called Gungans.
Sand people. The Tusken Raiders.
The Tuskens, yeah.
The Tuskens from Tuscany. So he's telling Padme about this, and it's an emotional scene, and I'm there. I'm all in for it. Mm-hmm. And Padme's reaction is, "Aw." Like,
I
I'd be
saw
like,
that coming. I saw that coming.
If this were me, I'd be doing that. You know that thing where Homer disappears into the bushes? That should have been Padme. Just, okay, goodbye. Like,
yeah.
You're freaking insane.
Yeah.
Like, okay, no.
Well, I mean, maybe it's because she had an in-between. Like, this is the lengths he'll go to protect family. So, if I'm
Except the family was already dead. His mom had already died. He was just pissed off he couldn't have saved her.
Yeah. Yeah, but, now you know. So, at least you know you're protected. For now.
Like, Padme literally has the world's best blinders on. She cannot see any of Anakin's fault, or if she does, she just completely blocks them. And
she sees
anyway.
a hot guy and just ignores all the red flags.
Right. This young whippersnapper named Anakin. All right, let's move on to number 7. Seth, what do you got as we keep moving up the ladder here?
Number 6.
The Return of the Jedi?
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna beat you with a wooden stick when we're done.
It's really good. I promise you, I love this movie.
It is really good.
Yeah, I love this movie.
The Ewoks are underrated heroes.
Yeah.
In this movie.
Yeah, I love it, but for me, Episode 5 is better. That's the only reason why.
Well, I'll give you that.
That's the only reason why it's number 6 or 7 instead of 6.
All right, beat him. Doc says beat you.
What's worse, putting Episode 5 at 7 or putting
Return
Episode 6
of the Jedi
at 7?
has the best monologue in movie history, according to Mr. Chris Hall. Mm-hmm. Ian McDermott at the end, so the Emperor. No, young Skywalker.
I think we established this last time, though. The reason why Episode 5 is better than Episode 6 for me is like 90% because of Boba Fett. Boba Fett and the funny ice cream maker in the background in Cloud City.
So I'll say this right now, even though my Return of the Jedi and Empire are coming up later. I agree with you. Empire's better.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like when I say that Infinity War is better than Endgame. Endgame is a great movie in the third act.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a slosh for the first 2/3. Mm-hmm. Not a great movie. Infinity War is a better movie from beginning to end. So if you're going to, I would rather watch the big grand finale of Endgame over and over and over than the full movie of Infinity War. But as a movie, Infinity War is better.
Yeah.
I would say the same thing here. Empire from beginning to end is a better movie. Mm-hmm. Return of the Jedi has more rewatchable scenes outside of Empire's lightsaber battle that leads to the big twist.
Yeah.
Right? But, you from Jabba's palace to anything on Endor. I love the speed bikes.
Oh yeah.
And getting to where you're intermixing the Ewok battle with the lightsaber stuff in the Death Star and the Death Star battle going outside. It's a great grand finale. Great grand finale. All right. My number 7 is Episode 7, The Force Awakens. You forgot I hadn't put that on the list, didn't you?
No, I still remembered you had it.
The Force Awakens.
The only one you had at the bottom was Episode 8.
So here's the deal. And I said this with Rise of Skywalker. If you're going into when we all went into The Force Awakens, right? Mm-hmm. There were the people that were hoping that this movie was going to make up for what they thought were terrible prequels, right?
Those are crazy people.
Well, here's what those people always wanted anyway. They wanted a new hope.
Yeah.
And J.J. Abrams gave them a new hope.
Mm-hmm.
And now, as people continue to get older and apparently a little bit more intelligent, they're starting to see the worth of the prequels and how much better they actually are, and seeing that this is a copy and paste. Now, I'm giving it credit where credit is due. There's a lot of great moments in here. I like Rey as a character. I don't think she's exactly Luke. I do think she gains, experience and powers a little bit too unearned. Like being able to mind control a stormtrooper just because. I didn't really care for that. Not sound morbid or race concern. My favorite Star Wars movie of all would be the one where he kills the little Jedi kids. But not at all the reason why I like it.
That's episode 3. But, oh my gosh. Because my favorite is
the one where he kills children.
Yeah. I love when he kills the children. That's my favorite part.
So, Doc, yes.
Gets me every time.
I do think Rey is a Mary Sue. The thing is I think I enjoyed Rey up until the point where she starts using the Force. I can handle Rey being a decent pilot. I can handle Rey being a decent fighter because we see that she's had to defend herself on Jakku. Mm-hmm. Luke is this magical fighter pilot, right? He's a good pilot. And we accept that. But once we get into using the Force, that's where where Rey loses me.
Yeah.
Because, again, it's not earned. The stuff with Luke feels earned because he had Obi-Wan to guide her. Who was guiding Rey? What Jedi was guiding Rey? Nobody.
Yeah.
She didn't have Luke. She didn't have any Jedi to help her. Luke had Obi-Wan. He was instructing, and Luke was failing along the way. I feel like Rey never really failed along the way.
Yeah.
So
and
I get that.
The other part, I think, like, it wasn't exactly that she was a Force user that threw me off. It was.
Yes, I did see your message before that, that you're not a fan of any of the ones where Anakin is a kid. He's annoying.
But it wasn't exactly that she could use the Force that, like, kind of threw me off. It was the fact that she has a Force ability to see the past experiences of objects.
Oh, by touching the lightsaber? Yeah.
That is like the rarest Force ability ever. It's like 10, 15 Jedi have been known to have, and maybe a couple Sith.
Now, I'm guessing my wife is not saying that they should have stopped after Return of the Jedi. If her favorite is episode 3, because they did go 4, 5, 6, then they went back and made 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
And then the sequel. So you're saying that they shouldn't have made the prequels? They should have just had the original trilogy and never made any other film? Or are you saying that the prequels and the original trilogy are fine, they just should never Disney shouldn't have made their sequels? I'm saying after the first 6. Okay. All right, gotcha. Yeah. All right.
Also,
so, yeah.
Quick unpopular opinion. I think Finn should have been the Jedi of the sequels.
I think Finn is I think they came up with the idea of Finn, and I think The Last Jedi ruined it because they took Finn and just made him a side character.
Yeah. With
a character that was another new character.
It was
forced a love interest that they dropped in 9. And I thought
it was
Finn
almost
was
like he was supposed to be like, because you had Rey, who is like the new female lead,
right?
And you have Poe, who is the new.
That's the new Han Solo.
Yeah, the new Solo, and then Finn is this guy who's just escaped the Empire because he sees all the bad in it, and you're thinking, oh, this guy has to be like this new main character. He's gonna be the guy to stop the Empire this time or whatever. No, he ends up being like not even half of what Chewbacca was.
Yeah, and it's sad because
he has a cool moment when he goes against the Stormtrooper, when he has the lightsaber, because that gives you hope or something. But then it's just like, nah. All gone.
Well, the thing about Finn is at least the first one gave you all these hints that he was force sensitive, that he's the first one to wield Luke's lightsaber.
Yeah.
And he actually faces off against Kylo with it. And a lot of people forget Kylo was horribly wounded during that, which is why Kylo was kind of bested. Like, people give him flack, but he got shot by Chewie's crossbow, which we know can shoot a stormtrooper 30 feet in the air.
Oh, yeah, that thing it's not just like a regular blaster shot. That's like just an actual Wookiee gut punch.
Right. Chris, or your mom says.
Chris.
See, it just well, I'll get to Chris next.
Yeah, Chris is next. But
it just all went downhill after Disney took over. Not a fan. Chris says, Seth isn't going to like this, but I hated that the prequels were aimed at kids. The original trilogy had a maturity in the storytelling that has since been completely lost. Chris, I hate to tell you this, but the original trilogy was made 100% for children. The original trilogy was aimed at a young audience.
If you ask me, the prequels were less towards children than the originals.
Well, you look at how many kids want to go see political stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, but the thing is you gotta remember, George Lucas was in his 20s when he was making Star Wars. He was making a film for a younger audience because he understood that was going to get more people into the audience, right? Mm-hmm. Because the parents have to take the children. You got to get the kids excited. And George was smart enough to go, all right, well, if we get the kids excited and we make movies for children, we're going to build an audience, and then we can sell merchandise. And kids are going to want all of the merchandise, all the toys. Star Wars is the reason we have shelves of toys from movies up and down, all the stuff.
Wasn't it when the original movie came out, wasn't it like if you got it on if you went day one, you got like a 6-pack of all the main characters?
You got they had an empty box campaign.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But
there was something they did when you went to the first movie.
Now, Chris, I want you to think about this. How old were you when you first saw the original trilogy? All right. Were you a kid? Were you an adult? How old were you when you first saw it? When did you fall in love with Star Wars?
Jar Jar was a headache.
Chances are you were a younger person when you saw it and fell in love with it. A lot of people who watch Star Wars when they're older have a hard time getting into Star Wars. And I'm not joking, but it's you have to look at it the same way that you would look at professional wrestling. Try to get someone in their 50s or 60s who never liked or never watched pro wrestling to get into pro wrestling. It's very, very challenging.
Yeah.
It's easier to become a fan when you're younger. Yes, the dialogue might sound more mature for the prequels, but I promise you, the dialogue's just as bad. and it's not really, the dialogue's probably the one thing that I can say that doesn't feel geared toward anyone, because most of it doesn't make sense to anyone, especially the actors saying the lines.
Oh, yeah.
But you look at even the casting of the first film, of the first sequel, of the first trilogy, was all aimed at attracting a younger audience. Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, even Han Solo, who's a little bit older, but he's playing a little bit older of a character. Mm-hmm. Darth Vader is literally meant to scare children, right? And he accomplished that back in the 70s. So, and everyone's opinion is different, but I'm literally stating exactly what George Lucas said.
Yeah.
Where George Lucas said, I make films for young people.
Yeah.
And that's from his original quote from the original trilogy. I make films for young people. And that's what Hollywood was looking for when they first hired him to make American Graffiti. Make a film for young people. This was science fiction for young people. If you want science fiction for older fogies, Star Trek.
Yeah.
That's why Star Trek has gotten better for me as I got older.
Yeah.
Star Wars is still my favorite. Mm-hmm. But Star Trek has improved for me over the years because Star Trek was always designed for an older audience.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Really quick. It's not. I keep getting because like it came up when you were talking about like what audience George Lucas stuff is for.
Yeah.
I keep getting this meme, and it's like George Lucas must be laughing his butt off right now when you remember that the original writers told him it was stupid to have a war over trade disputes.
All right.
And look where we are now.
Right. And yes, Chris, to your point, the romance between Han and Leia was way better than Anakin and Padme. And here's another
It's
reason
better
why.
than Luke and Leia.
Had Leia and Han's romance gone the way that George Lucas wrote it, I don't think we're talking very highly about it. Oh. So by George stepping away from the director's chair for episode 5, Irvin Kershner allowed the actors some freedom where George Lucas wouldn't have. George liked being like, it's right here. Just say this. Just do this. Irvin Kershner was like, all right, we've done this. Now let's see what you got. Without that, there is no I love you, I know. One of the most iconic moments in all of Star Wars. I love you, I know. Right? Because that's Han Solo. Not I love you too. That's everybody else. Han Solo's, I know. Right? Yeah. So I think a big reason why the romance is better is because it's not bogged down completely by George's writing, which is what episode 2 falls into the trap of.
Yeah.
George doesn't give guys a lot of freedom with the dialogue. So I'll give you Irvin credit for why I like OG trilogy and not the prequels. Yeah. So now again, like everybody has their reasons why they do or don't like one or the others. There's people that will tell you that the Star Wars died after the original trilogy. There are people that tell you that Star Wars died after 5, that 6 wasn't any good, and the Ewoks killed the franchise. There's going to be people that told you that the prequels are way better than the sequel, or than the original trilogy. The only thing most people agree on is that the sequels are at the bottom of the barrel. But let's keep moving, guys.
Yeah.
Carrie Fisher did a lot of doctoring to the dialogue in A New Hope, saved in the edit. George is the best world creator ever. Amazing director. Terrible scriptwriter. You can't argue that one. I can argue a lot of things if I really feel like it. That one I can't really argue. I think George Lucas is a great storyteller. I think he's good at coming up with worlds and characters and stories. But in terms of a scriptwriter, he should have handed that over to other people. He should have been like, here's the outline. Write it, and I'll give you my input here and there, but let, script writers and craftsmen do their job.
He's the backbone. He shouldn't be every bone.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's like, a Tim Burton movie is a Tim Burton movie. He doesn't write all the scripts.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder doesn't write all his scripts. All right, we got to keep moving because we're only halfway through here. Number 6, Seth, what do you got?
Episode 5.
Doc is going to murder you. So The Empire Strikes Back, number 5.
We're in top 6
for the 17-year-old. Okay, hold on. I'm typing it in here. All right. So The Empire Strikes Back, number 6. I mean, my number 1, I promise you, is going to be controversial. I promise everybody out there it's going to be. But
I think I kind of so far.
You know what number 1 is for me.
I'm like 99% sure.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
All right. My number 6, episode 1, The Phantom Menace. There is plenty about this movie to enjoy and to like. Again, it's those filler parts where episode 1 falls apart. The pod race is freaking awesome. And it only gets better over time for me.
Yeah.
The Duel of the Fates is awesome. It still holds up as top 3, if not 1 or 2. There's like 2 in there. 1 or 2 greatest lightsaber duels of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
And the introduction of double-sided blades.
Yeah, Darth Maul, and I do think that Darth Maul was best served with dialogue cut and all that
yeah,
stuff.
he's
Him
definitely
being
a
that
silent
one. Yeah, like I don't know what he does in the new show, but I mean Doc's raving about it and stuff. But I
think
really
he's
like
still,
that he was
he's
a
still
mystery.
that silent type kind of guy. He's like minimal talking.
I hope so, because that's my favorite version of that.
Because
Because
that's what they did in the Clone Wars, and they seem to be doing pretty much the same thing.
Wasn't it
here.
Rebels where he played he did more?
It was more like a side, like you know how I'm trying to think, like a movie where, like you're seeing the perspective of one guy, and then it shifts to this perspective of like the enemy.
Yeah,
Like that's kind of what it is like it's just he's not exactly there for you to watch the whole time. He's more of just like every now and then you just buzz over to him, see what's going on.
all right. But yeah, the Phantom Menace outdoes all the ones that came before it. Is in my top 6, literally almost just for those two things: the pod race and Duel of the Fates.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was shocking when I first saw it, and I'm like, why are we dealing with so much politics? It was very off-putting. I'm like, what are we doing?
But like once you start getting into it and stuff and understand, then it makes a lot more sense.
Right. No, I
And you
get
can
it.
really-
As the story
like,
progresses.
I
Yeah.
feel like I would make the same decisions as these guys.
Right. All right, let's move on. Number 5, Seth, what do you got?
Solo. Are you glad I finally put down Solo?
Yeah, Solo top 5
Yeah.
Star Wars movie. So what about that did you enjoy enough to put it above everything that you put it above? Above Empire.
Pretty much the opposite of what you said. I thought the recasting role was really good.
Well, I mean, you've proven you're wrong about everything, so I that's fine.
I like the recast.
I'm joking.
It worked out. And most of the movie was pretty good. I think it had some parts where I think I kind of agree with you on the ending. It was kind of bland. And I feel like
No, you agreed. That's not kind of agreeing.
well,
You agree.
well, I think it's because I feel like if the mall show helps us get somewhere with how the movie ended, then I feel like that could help. Because it did end with like all the mall stuff starting up, and it's like we haven't seen it go anywhere. So if the mall show helps us get through that, then I feel like that's something I feel like that helps forgive the movie more.
Doc, I don't think Seth would know anything that happened years before
True.
in a comic book.
But I was mostly because I knew something happened in the comic, but I don't know when the comic
he's
books
talking about
happened.
the double-bladed lightsaber.
Yeah, I know. I
Oh.
mean like
You're talking theatrically.
yes,
That's how
theatrically.
you can save yourself.
That's
in
what
the
I meant.
movies, this is the introduction of a double-bladed
Yes,
lightsaber.
I knew that there were comics with double-bladed light, but I don't know when those came out. So like when I say
Tales
the
of the Jedi.
introduction, yeah, when I say the introduction of double-bladed lightsabers, I mean it theatrically. I'm not saying it's the very first instance like ooh. And then we also had the purple lightsaber
Anthony
thing with,
Ingruber?
what's his name? Mace Windu.
McGruber?
McGruber?
There was a better actor that could have picked for young Harrison Ford for Solo. Anthony Ingruber. Look him up. I know McGruber. Is that who we're talking about?
I'll look
McGruber?
him up.
Yeah, you go ahead. You look him up. My number 5. My top 5. Rogue One. Rogue One is a good movie all the way through. And honestly, I kept wanting to put it in at a couple spots down because it's good, but it never crossed that line into great for me until the hallway scene. Seth is not paying attention.
Sorry, I'm looking at Anthony and Gruber.
Well, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
The Darth Vader
Hallway
scene is one of the greatest Star Wars moments.
Yeah, and this is your number 5, right?
Is my number 5 movie. And it literally is elevated at least 2 spots for me just because of the Darth Vader hallway scene.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Darth Vader we've been wanting to see at this point. Not comic book. Because, yes, I have Darth Vader comics.
Yeah.
And Darth Vader goes off in the comic books. Darth Vader is epic.
Yeah.
In the comics. And so
same
are
with,
other characters.
Same with Luke. Luke in his like solo comics that after episode 6, those go crazy.
Yeah, but I've got a whole series of Vader comics that are just like off the chart good. But in film and in live action, we had never seen Vader like this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this was like, I mean, it finally got, I liked what they did with him in Obi-Wan. When he's essentially fighting even without his lightsaber, he's still better.
Yeah.
You know, he's just, nope,
Yeah.
nope,
When the ship goes away, he's just, nope, sit back down.
Yes, I do. I love Vader in the hallway, and I'm sure I will love the mall show because I have heard that Vader does show up, and it's pretty epic when it happens.
I've avoided anything from the mall show.
The only part with Vader that I wasn't
For
overly
spoiler
big
reasons,
with,
not wanting to see it.
with Rogue One, that keeps it, you know, I mean, I can't put it above the top 4. I can't, but like there was no way it was going to go up any higher because I didn't care for the scene on Mustafar. The don't choke on your aspirations as he's choking him. Like, oh, good, Vader's the pun guy now. He's real punny.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. All right, so that's my number 5. Seth, give me your number 4, please.
For the exact same reasons, Rogue One.
Rogue One is Seth's number 4.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good. Hey, we're right there, 5 and 4. So look, we're very close to agreeing, just like we were very close to agreeing on Rise of Skywalker, Clone Wars, and Last Jedi.
Solo, you know, we were close on Solo.
Well, my Solo was 10. Your Solo was much higher.
That's close enough.
Yeah. My number 4
They're
is
both
in
in the
fact
top 10.
Right. My number 4 is in fact Episode 4, A New Hope. All right, and you're gonna see something. So we're now into my original trilogy section here.
Mm-hmm.
A New Hope is the first Star Wars movie that I saw at home. It is not, however, the first Star Wars movie I ever saw.
Yeah.
My mother has informed me that Return of the Jedi, when I was very, very little, was the first Star Wars movie that I ever saw.
You just didn't know
Which
it.
might be why I have a bit of a soft spot for Return of the Jedi. I have it imprinted in my brain. Travis Mitchell, what's up? Travis, how's it going? Happy Revenge of the 5th. I love hearing people's rankings. Thank you so much. We're going to recap all the rankings before we go. That's why I've been writing yours down here, Seth. But we do want to hear from you guys. Like, what do you think of our rankings? Like, I would imagine most of the people in here would say my ranking is probably better.
No, you guys would
Considering
agree
you
with
had
me.
Empire in the bottom 6, that alone is going to get you a lot of negative feedback.
Travis, since you haven't heard it yet, I promise you it's a reasonable explanation to why it's down there.
No, there is no reasonable explanation as to why it's down there. A New Hope is, however, it's a slow-paced film by today's standards, but even then, it still moves. It still keeps moving along. It's very entertaining. It tells a good story. I really, Doc Haywood, it was not reasonable.
It
at all.
was.
A New Hope still.
He's the one who.
A New Hope still
sequels
holds up
here.
today. To this day, it still holds up. I think one of the reasons why A New Hope doesn't feel as special anymore is because it's been tinkered with so much.
Yeah.
George Lucas has tinkered with it and tinkered with it. You know, who shot first? Here's the deal. If you're thinking that much about the who shot first, stop it.
Weren't people going crazy because they like redid the Darth Vader's breathing thing at one point? Like when they brought it to Disney Plus, they redid most of the sound effects or something, and it was like, this doesn't sound anything like Darth Vader anymore. And it's like, Who cares? It's him breathing.
I don't remember if they messed with that. I do remember at one point there was a scene where the Emperor gets thrown in Jedi. He gets thrown into the Vader throws him off the ledge there, and he makes this weird scream as he's falling down. Mm-hmm. And someone thought it would be a good idea when Luke falls after getting his hand cut off and being told that Vader's his father. When he falls, one of the newer editions included the same scream as he fell,
which did not make sense.
No, because anybody that's seen these movies knows exactly what that scream is. Yeah. And we were all going, huh?
It doesn't fit him.
No. And luckily they've removed that. That's not there. Travis says, Empire would also be in my bottom 6. Haha. Not a knock on the film. I think it was just oversaturated and shoved down some of our throats as the definitive best. In the original, Greedo never got to shoot at all. Don't worry, my ranking has pissed many people off. That Luke scream was awful, yeah. Yes, no, in the original theatrical cut, if I do remember correctly as well, I don't remember Greedo ever shooting. And then it was like they both shot at the same time. Then it was one where Han shot a split second first. And then it was where Greedo, instead of making it where Han just shoots him, Greedo says McClunky or something like that. And then Han shoots him. Like he's premeditating that he's about to shoot Han, and then that's why Han shoots him.
Yeah.
Like it's just like
they need to make it more like the Indiana Jones moment where the guy pulls out the swords and then he just shoots him.
Right.
That's what that scene like originally kind of felt like. I feel like they should keep it like that, where it's just like we should duel, and it's like
yeah.
There you go.
The thing is that fans are the internet Star Wars community, which I hate the internet wrestling community. The internet Star Wars community is going to find something to complain about. We find plenty.
The internet finds something to complain about no matter what you're talking about.
But the thing is no matter what you do with that scene, the fact that you touched it at all is going to upset people. He was already dead because shot him.
I think he means Han shot him.
Han shot him. Oh. But anyway, it was I don't think that was a scene that needed to be changed, right?
Yeah.
Like there's certain things that you understand when you want to touch up the special effects, you want things to look a little bit better, you want to flesh out a scene a little bit more, you want to include something that had been deleted because you didn't have the technology to do it at the time, like the Jabba the Hutt scene, which looks terrible. Even though they've touched it up like 3 or 4 times, it still doesn't look good. And Han walking on Jabba's tail just doesn't feel right. But A New Hope still holds up. It still has everything you want in a film. It has drama. It has action. It has suspense. Yeah. It has a great bad guy, a great good guy. It has emotion. It has loss. It has victory. All of it. Mm-hmm. Everybody does a great job. All right, number 3. Here we go, Seth. What is your number 3?
Episode 2.
So Attack
of the
Clones. And so why is this so high on your list? What about this do you love that makes it so high up?
It's a prequel movie.
Right.
So
we know how you feel about that.
That makes it like top half already.
Okay.
But also like all the Yoda stuff. The Yoda stuff was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And then I think the only reason why it kind of stops it from being better than episode 3 for me is, for me, like episode 1 and 3 are really good, but they don't connect without episode 2. And that kind of makes episode 2 feel more like a filler movie than it does an actual like independent movie.
Right.
So it's not exactly, it's something you can't watch without watching episode 1, but also once you watch it, you can't not watch episode 3. Right. So you have to watch either only episode 1, only episode 3, or all of them at once. So that's the only thing that kind of keeps it from being better than episode 3.
So, Doc, at this point, all I'm doing is I realize that his picks are bad, so I just have to just shut my brain off while he's talking and just go, oh, I get it.
He has to think about it like episode 9.
Right. Episode 2 being this high is fascinating. Travis, that is an understatement. I do like Travis's idea here. Did you read this, Seth?
What?
While the Han Greedo change is pointless, if I had to defend it, I would say Han letting Greedo shoot, knowing he was going to miss, then killing him is colder.
Oh, that's so much
I
colder.
do like that. Like,
that's agreeable.
Like, if you're going to make this work for you, Travis, dude, that is great.
Yeah, there's...
I love that.
Yeah, but it's the like the split second difference one that's kind
right.
of that's not the good one. But like when it's like, oh, you can shoot me first, I don't care, you're gonna miss.
Yeah, it says the last thing Greedo sees and thinks is now that he missed and he is a loser, then Han kills him. Doesn't fix the scene, but that's how I make peace with it. I like that. I like that. Episode 2 being I dislike it because it takes away from the fact that Han is a badass and shot him before he pulled his gun all the way out. But I think what George was trying to do when he changed it is he didn't want Han to come across as just a cold-blooded killer.
Yeah.
Right? Like, did Han know for a fact that Greedo was going to shoot him? Because Greedo's a bounty hunter that's supposed to be taking Han back to Jabba or collecting Jabba's money. Whatever, he's not there to kill Han.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I think a lot of people forget. Greedo's not there to kill Han. He's there to collect a bounty, which they usually try to bring him in alive.
Yeah.
Jabba wants Han brought to him alive.
Yeah. Which is why he was frozen in carbonite and not, like, killed and then hung up like
right. Boba Fett doesn't kill him.
Yeah.
Boba Fett, because he says he's more valuable to me alive.
Yeah.
So if Boba Fett's smart enough to know that, I mean, maybe Greedo is stupid, but, you know, like...
Or it was like a warning shot kind of thing.
Because the only person that makes that scene worse...
Like, come with me, and then you, like, graze their ear or something, that kind of shot.
The only person in the Han Greedo scene that makes it worse for Han is Han. Because Han's basically telling off Greedo, like, yeah, over my dead body. And then Greedo's like, okay... Like, he's pushing Greedo's buttons in the scene.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, I don't know. There's always different ways of looking at it, whether you like it or not. It doesn't really matter, you know, if you do or don't. But I would argue Attack of the Clones may have the most entertaining third act of the prequels. Not best lightsaber duels, but in terms of the variety of action. And we've talked about that. Even me putting Attack of the Clones at number 8 on our list of 12. Very strong third act. Yeah. Geonosis. I also gave props to Obi-Wan and his detective work and Geonosis. Geonosis is a cool scene.
Yeah.
I like the stuff there. Of the Skywalker saga, episode 9 is my least favorite. So he's right up Travis and Travis, man, you got a buddy.
Yeah.
But I've put several scenes through the same lens and turned even other people around on some stupid stuff in it. It's very simple, Travis.
Yeah.
It's just turn your brain off.
Yeah.
That's the best way to enjoy episode 9 is just shut down and pretend like it's not connected. It's an alternate universe Star Wars, and yeah, it's fine. All right. Where are we at? Number 3
2
for me.
Oh, yeah, 3 for
Number
you.
3 for me.
2 for me is next.
Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. And you got to remember, a lot of this stuff is just going to come down to how did we feel when we first saw it. A lot of it maybe not even how we feel today, but these top 3 are definitely how I feel today. But Return of the Jedi, if you grew up with it like I did, it's a fun time at the theater. It's a fun time at home. If you have a good home setup with a good television, a good sound system, episode 6 is awesome, right? It just got better over time for me as things progressed. The Jabba the Hutt, the Rancor, the speed bikes on Endor. I actually get a kick out of the Ewoks, you know. And I grew up too, not just on Return of the Jedi, but on the Ewok Adventures, which are wonderful television movie masterpieces.
Mm-hmm.
I love those movies.
Oh, yeah.
Stakuza. Krish. Krish, Krish.
And I met an Ewok.
Stakuza. You did. Seth met at this Lego store.
Yeah.
An Ewok two-cat played by Margot something. And he got her to sign this limited edition two-cat Ewok card.
Yeah, I have my own. There were 2 different cards. You got that one.
Yeah,
I got a different one.
he got her to sign it for me. It's the only thing she ever did.
Yeah.
It's the only movie
what we
she ever
know of.
acted in. I looked it up on IMDb. She's not in any. She plays herself on a news thing. You want this, don't you? The hate is swelling in you now. Who are you talking to me? I have no hate. There's no hate in these bones, except for The Last Jedi. There is no hate. Return of the Jedi is a solid number 3 pick. Oh, I'm afraid the deflector shield will be quite operational when your friends arrive. Sly again. Oh. So you're just quoting the Emperor, Chris, at this point. I thought you were talking to me at first. I'm like, what? I'm not a hateful person.
Ooh.
Mostly. Ewok Adventure was great. I also dug the cartoon and the droid cartoon. That was good. Wasn't it that time a great time to be alive?
Yep.
We talked about the 80s last week. What a time to be alive. Seth, you missed it. You poor thing. I grew up during that time period. Interesting bit. Shmi dies before she can finish saying I love you, sending Anakin to the dark side. In 9, Han doesn't let Ben finish saying I love you.
But then Ben turns to the light side. So
I would argue
it's a backwards.
I would argue that Shmi dying and Anakin not being able to save her was the beginning of the downward spiral. I don't think that is what turned him.
No.
Because we still saw glimpses that he had good in him, that he knew what the right thing to do was. Mm-hmm. He knew it was wrong to kill Dooku. He knew that it was wrong to let the Emperor get away with what he was getting away with. But the saving Padme was truly what turned Anakin. Mm-hmm. The idea that he could become powerful enough to save Padme, and then once he turned, then everything shifted, and it became less about Padme and all about power, right? And then he became like, I could overthrow the Chancellor. I could do that, blah, blah, blah.
And you can always tell, like, every time, like, every moment before that happens, like, he's always questioning whether it's right or wrong, but every time he's given the advice, it just so happens to be whenever his mentor is knocked down and unconscious.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I should ask Obi-Wan's almost dead on the ground. It's either I don't kill this guy and he gets away, or I kill this guy and we all escape safely. So it's like it's always questionable, but he has no one to question except himself, so he just goes with it.
Yeah. There's a lot of things we could get into in Star Wars. Oh, excuse me. And we're going to have plenty of episodes and time to get into all that. I think we should probably try to wrap this up as soon as we can.
Yeah,
so,
you have your number 2.
Number 2, Seth, what's your number 2?
Well, that was my number 2. It's your number 2 now.
Oh, number 2 was what?
Episode. Oh wait, never mind. I didn't.
Yeah,
my bad. Episode 3 is my number 2.
So Revenge of the Sith. So if I'm doing my math,
we just happened to be talking about it when you got into this.
Right.
Sith
If
Anakin
I'm doing
stuff.
my math correctly, the Phantom Menace is your number 1.
Yeah, episode 1.
So to you, the greatest Star Wars movie
is episode 1.
Episode 1. The Phantom Menace. Doc, Doc, just go for it. Just go.
I'm a Qui-Gon guy. I'm a Qui-Gon guy.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
That was my
Qui-Gon's a great character.
Yeah, Qui-Gon's actually my inspiration for long hair.
So Seth, tell me why 1 is the best and why it beat out. What about 1 beats out 3? I mean, I get Qui-Gon, but take
1 beats out 3. Like obviously, like the Qui-Gon thing, like you said. But we also get the like greatest lightsaber duel I've ever seen with
Duel
Darth
of the
Maul
Fates.
and Duel of the Fates.
Yeah.
I also love
Almost done.
I'm an engineering guy, so the Anakin making his own pod racer out of all these junk parts. That's like the coolest thing ever. And it looks awesome. And then we also have like the pod race itself is really cool. And the overall story with young Anakin is one of my favorites within the entire series alone. So I think that's probably what makes it better than 3.
All right.
3 has the second best lightsaber duel.
I wasn't paying attention because I got up to open up a window because it is getting very stuffy and very hot in our little area.
I must be immune to stuffy rooms or something.
You're young.
I never feel
That's what happens when you're young. When you're young, like I remember it'd be like 105 out, and I'm young running around like, I'm fine. And now it's like at 45, it's 105 out. I'm like, just shoot me. Like someone, it could get to, if it gets to 75, I'm like, just shoot me.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll do pants in the summer and shorts in the winter. Who knows?
You're just crazy.
Yeah.
Seth's got jokes. All right, guys. So my number 1 and number 2. I've got two left. Seth, what's my number 2?
I don't even remember what stuff you have left. So
How dare you?
I'm not
The
keeping
2
track
greatest
like
Star
you.
Wars films are what I have left.
Well, I thought Rogue One would be like in your top 3, and that was
Nope.
number 5.
There's number
so.
5.
What do
Number
you have-
2.
What do you have? Well, hold on. What do you have
Okay.
left? What do you have left?
I have Empire,
Okay.
and I have Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith is 2.
No.
Darn.
Empire Strikes Back is number 2, and it's very, very close. Please don't shoot me, Doc. At least I gave it number 2. There's a reason why 3 wins for me, and it's a personal thing. I think 5 is a good movie, but again, it ends on a cliffhanger. Nothing is resolved in the film. If you watch them in order and you don't know what's about to happen, the Darth Vader moment is shocking, right? It's crazy. And when it ends, you know that it's ending and just leading into the next movie.
Yeah.
So it doesn't end on a big climactic rah-rah moment or it's something that's all, really exciting for the audience. And you can say the same thing for episode 3 because episode 3 ends long after the final battles have taken place.
Yeah.
It ends with the birth of Luke and Leia, which is the birth of a very important word in all of Star Wars. It's a word that Superman basically stands for. It's what the S is supposed to stand for. Hope.
And then it goes into the New Hope.
All right. Empire does tell a strong second chapter.
Yes.
It is a second act of a 3-act play. And I liked how there was one of the writers that worked on the film said that the second act of a play is usually the best act of a play.
Oh, yeah.
And I would agree with him in this case. In the original trilogy, Empire is king. Mm-hmm. And the stuff with Yoda on Dagobah, fantastic. The way that Yoda plays off being this kind of silly old man, right? And the amazing puppeteering of Frank Oz of Yoda to make him feel real, because that could have destroyed the movie. Mm-hmm. Yoda could have absolutely destroyed all of Star Wars if he didn't work. Mm-hmm. Mark Hamill, with what he had to do and what he had to deliver in this film, he absolutely delivered. The Hoth sequence is fantastic. I love all the snow stuff. Thank you so much, Travis Mitchell. Love you, brother, for reading your long comments. Anytime, brother. I'm going to keep reading them, too, because there's more I haven't read. But then you get the lightsaber duel between Luke and Vader on Cloud City is light years ahead of the Obi-Wan Darth Vader lightsaber duel.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and you've got Darth at his like great cocky best. Like George wanted them to fight with two hands. So the fact that Luke is fighting with two hands, and at the beginning of the fight, Vader's just doing it with the one, is that like, dude, you're not even close to being on my level, bro.
But also, like, for me, like, the choreography is like a huge difference.
Yes.
Between prequels and the original.
Oh,
Like,
for sure.
But the thing
and
is,
Lando
like,
is awesome. I love Lando.
But the thing is, even if you had like, I don't think you could or should change the choreography in the originals to match like the intense, crazy stuff that the prequels have. Like the slow fight kind of what Darth Vader and Luke have. That feels appropriate because Luke doesn't have the most lightsaber training. He got a lot Force training, but he didn't really get lightsaber training from Yoda, so he's kind of just...
And Darth's not trying to kill him.
Yeah, so Luke is slow because he's slow. Darth Vader's slow because he's not trying.
Right. He's trying to trap Luke.
Yeah.
He's not trying to kill Luke.
Yeah, and they're both...
It's a big difference.
And both of them are almost the exact same fighting style, and it's perfect.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't change that.
Now, let me explain why 3 is my favorite. All right? And it is, from beginning to end, my favorite, because it has the greatest opening, for me, for a Star Wars movie, when you open up over... shoot. Why can't I think of the name of the planet? It's the planet that's one big city. It's where the I can't think of it top for whatever reason my brain is shutting down. But you have the big space battle above this city. Coruscant. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Doc. Coruscant. Yeah, my bad. Usually I'm good at that kind of thing. But anyway,
Chris Hall and Doc both answered at almost the exact same time.
I knew I had faith in one of those two was going to come
Chris
through right away.
got it just before you, Doc.
Are these ranking rigged? On Seth's part, they are. Yes, he was paid. He was paid good money for those rankings. Mine are honest. Mine are normal.
I was paid by the prequel guys.
Society. So
Hayden Christensen.
that the opening is fantastic with them flying through to get to Grievous's ship. I love General Grievous, by the way, and I'm glad the Clone Wars exists to make General Grievous an even better character. And then, of course, you've got the lightsaber duel with Count Dooku that really establishes how far Anakin has come. That this time he single-handedly, not nearly, but single-handedly defeats Count Dooku. Even though he says, let's do them together, right? Yeah. We get an established relationship between the Chancellor, Palpatine, and Anakin. We have the final turn of Anakin that, for people that complain about it, I thought it was really, really good. Because if you've been in love and you know that the person you love is going to die, you will do anything to save that person, to keep that person in your life. And so, the older I got, the more I understood, the more I sympathized with Anakin and stuff. And it was just very, very well done. I love the scene when he realizes what he's doing, and he's on Mustafar, and he takes out all the separatists, and he's just shown looking out over the lava fields, and you can see that tear coming down. But just before that, we saw the Sith eyes. Yeah. So it's like, yes, he is full Sith, but it's a reminder that Anakin's still in there. Yeah. Right?
You're watching like the last bit of human for a while leave him.
And again, the interweaving of stories at the end when you've got Yoda facing the Emperor, which was freaking cool. And they're throwing those things around in the chamber. And my favorite thing, when Yoda just walks in and goes, phew, just wipes his hand, and both the Imperial guards just tumble. Yeah. Right? Awesome moment.
Just with ease.
And the part where Yoda's just absorbing the Emperor's Force lightning, and you see him like, oh, he's struggling, and then he just kind of turns and goes, and you're like, oh, yeah.
He's like, because you have him absorbing the lightning from
Dooku. He did it with Dooku.
I don't know
too.
why I was thinking I was like Goku.
Goku. Yes.
It took from Dooku, and it's like I think what I always feel like in that scene is after he absorbs the lightning from Dooku, I feel like that's what he expects the power of the Emperor's lightning to be.
Yeah.
So he's surprised by it at first, and then he's like, "Wait a minute."
He's like, "Yeah, no, I got this."
Hold on.
Yeah. And then of course,
Whoa.
Anakin versus Obi-Wan to me is that's my favorite lightsaber duel because it's really technically sound, but it's not pretty.
Yeah.
Okay? It's the same reason why I actually like Gunther in WWE. Gunther is technically sound, but he's not pretty, which makes it more real.
Yeah.
When something looks overly choreographed, I kind of lose myself a little bit. Sometimes The Matrix, for as good as those fight scenes are, what?
I'm sorry. I had to imagine it first, and just Travis said if Palpatine had dwarf Imperial guards, that is so hilarious.
So are you saying that when he waved his hand, like he might have missed, like it would have gone over their heads?
Oh no, I'm thinking like.
Or then it would have looked funnier.
I'm thinking little people getting tossed around.
Either way, that's funny.
Either way, that's hilarious.
That's really funny.
It's awesome.
All right,
great idea.
We've given our top our rankings here real quick. Let me run through, and then I'm gonna just remind everybody what our rankings are. So Travis says the radio version of Return of the Jedi from 1996 when Luke sees the 3 Force ghosts. C-3PO is actually with him. Luke saying that Anakin is smiling at them. Weird bit of foreshadowing. Yeah, because we find out that Anakin built 3PO. And people had a problem with that too. And I never had a problem with that. It made sense for the character they were establishing.
I thought that was a cool connection.
Yeah. I doubt the writer of that drama knew that C-3PO would end up being made by Anakin. But I like the idea of him looking at not one but 2 of his creations, the man and the machine, like himself. That's really good. I mean, see, I like that kind of way of thinking where you're thinking positively, like, oh, it's not, doing this or that isn't ruining the franchise. It's connecting things, right? I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Lando's my favorite. Somebody pointed out that Luke Skywalker is upside down 3 times in the movie. Oh, yeah. In ice, water, and gas, the 3 states of matter. Never occurred to me. Yeah. And he's upside down when he's lifting rocks.
Yeah.
Right?
Which I think that's the air part.
Oh, is that the air part? Oh, okay. All right. We got Hayden was way better in 3 than 2. Yeah, amen. Well, it's because he wasn't told by George to act like a spoiled, rotten little teenager. Like George told him to raise the tone of the timbre of his voice. So Hayden Christensen actually spoke with a higher pitched voice in episode 2, and then in 3 he got to use his natural voice.
Yeah.
Yoda scene won awards that year for best fight scene in any movie that year at the movie awards. If Palpatine, oh yeah, we read that one. The CGI was ahead of its time for the 2002, 100%. C-3PO, and the sequels weren't given enough love for their contributions to film in general. I mean, they pioneered digital filmmaking. The special effects were definitely ahead of their time for the prequels. So, yeah. All right, guys. So here's our final rankings. Seth's from least to best, or worst to best for Seth. Rise of Skywalker, worst. And then moving up, The Last Jedi, The Force Awakens, The Clone Wars movie, A New Hope, Return of the Jedi, The Empire Strikes Back, for Seth apparently is mid at number 6.
It's because if there were more movies, we could put them in between and it would feel a lot higher.
So after The Mandalorian and Grogu, we'll have to update our list.
I feel like already that one's like
bottom 6.
Top 6.
I don't know.
I'm a Mandalorian guy, so it's already going to be like a decent top. It might be above Solo. It might be between Solo and Rogue One.
Okay, number 5. Solo. Number 4, Rogue One. Eric Porter, how is Solo better than any original? Don't make Seth repeat himself, please. We'll be, we're already at a long night because I've talked enough. Number 3, Attack of the Clones. Number 2, Revenge of the Sith. Number 1, Seth's all-time greatest Star Wars movie, The Phantom Menace. My rankings, number 12, worst for me, The Last Jedi, followed by The Clone Wars, the movie, not the show, Solo, Rise of Skywalker, Attack of the Clones, The Force Awakens, The Phantom Menace, Rogue One, A New Hope, Return of the Jedi, The Empire Strikes Back, and my favorite, the best in my book, is Revenge of the Sith.
I know my Solo pick is very controversial. I'm not going to deny that, but I feel like the rest of my picks are generally acceptable.
OG Bloodline 1. Acknowledge OG Bloodline 1. Acknowledge him. I acknowledge you, OG Bloodline 1.
Oh, gosh.
Hello. We're just ending the show, so thank you for jumping on.
Rewatch it.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, it's definitely worth the rewatch. If
the
just
hour,
for Seth's
40
picks
minute.
alone. We're all huge Star Wars fans here, and we want to thank you for jumping in. Before we go, though, yes, please, if you didn't get a chance to watch the whole show, go back in time and check it out. If anything, just to hear Seth tell you why all the original trilogy
picks
are not good enough. All right, Seth, go ahead. You can take off.
Okay.
I'll change the thing here. All right, guys. Before I go, really quickly, guys, if you want to help support Positively Pat Sims, that's me. Our YouTube show, we have multiple of them. We've got At the Movies on Tuesday nights. Game Night's going to be coming back very, very shortly, I promise. Warriors Unleashed for health, fitness, and mindset on Friday nights. The Positively Pat Sims show, it's our pro wrestling show on Saturday mornings. And it's all of these shows are great. So make sure you subscribe and follow us so that you never miss any of our live shows. Also, I do have Vengeance, my very first book that I've ever written. It's available right now on Amazon exclusively. You can get it on Kindle, paperback, and hardcover. You can get your copy today. I'm very, very proud of that book. Also, make sure to go to any of your major audio streaming platforms and check out Catching Stars, my first original music album. Yes, 45 years after Positively Pat Sims was born, I finally got my first original music album out there. You can check it out on Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, Pandora, and more. And it will also be available very, very soon. As soon as they tell me, I'll make sure to tell you for sure. But it will be on WANT radio. That's right. You're going to hear my music on the radio. So I'm very, very excited about that. Bloodline. Just got done watching NXT. So very, very cool. NXT, a great show. I love NXT. Are they making another Star Wars movie? Well, we got The Mandalorian and Grogu coming out. From what I understand, Disney's, who knows what Disney's up to, because everything I've heard is that they're kind of moving away from the sequels and going back to focusing on more of the original 6 films, with the sequels fading popularity and the original 6 growing popularity. So I know that Galaxy's Edge is getting a little bit of a makeover. When we were there were more of the original cast walking around. There still was Kylo and the Stormtroopers and Rey, but we saw Luke, we saw Ahsoka. So yeah, very, very cool time. Hopefully, I would love to see Disney get back on the ball and start giving us some quality movies and stuff like that. Rumor is they're going to put the sequels in an alternate timeline. I've heard that too. I don't know how they're going to do it, but it'll be interesting. Like I said, it already feels like it is. The sequels already feel like it's a Star Wars movie that's based in an alternate timeline of Star Wars. So, I mean, if they came out and said that's what it is, I'd be like, yeah, I guessed it. I called it years ago. All right, guys. That's going to do it for us here on Positively Pat Sims YouTube channel and on WANT for At the Movies. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us here. If you missed the show, please go back and check it out. You should enjoy the back and forth that we all have with the live chat and Seth and I. And let us know in the comments what you thought of our rankings. Tell us yours. Did you think Seth's was okay, or do you agree with Doc that Seth's just insane? All right, guys, that's going to do it for us here on At the Movies. Don't miss out on next week's show, and don't miss out on any of our other shows coming up later this week. Thank you so much. I appreciate and love each and every one of you. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you next week. Just don't forget what we always say. Take it easy. Doc, you know what's coming. If it's easy, take it twice. So long, everybody. Have a great rest of your night. Later, guys.
The lights are dim, but the room still hums with the echoes of laughter and the moments we spun. Every honest word is like